You know, look, I always try to outwork people, right? That's just how I made my mark. So the game was at 7. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna come to the Staples Center because we're playing. This is when the Lakers had Kobe and Shaq. Right. Okay, this is like the championship Lakers. I was like, you know, I'm gonna get there at 3 o'clock, and I want to make sure I make 400 made shots before I go back into the room, and then I sit in the sauna and I get ready for the game. So, you know, get in the car, get to the gym, get there, and as I'm walking onto the court, who do I see? I see Kobe Bryant, already working out. And I'm like, okay, it's kind of cool. It's Kobe. What's up, Kobe? You know? And you know, so I put my sneakers on, and do you ever get lost in what you do, where you end up like, wait, it's been an hour and a half. Like I'm here, I'm in it. So once I set my foot across that line, I started working out, and so I worked out for a good hour and a half. And when I came off after I was done, I sat down, and of course I still hear the ball bouncing. I look down, I'm like, this guy's still working out. He was working out for like, it looks like he was in a dead sweat when I got here. Right. And he's still going. And it's not like his moves are nonchalant or lazy. He's doing like game moves, you know? I sit there and I unlace my shoes. I'm like, I want to see how long this goes. So I sit out there and watch another 25 minutes. And he got done. I said, okay, I think I've seen enough. Go play, you know, come back, get in the sauna, get ready for the game. That game, he drops 40 on us, okay? And after the game is over, I'm like, I have to ask this guy. Like, I have to understand, like, why he works like that. Right. So after the game is over, I'm like, hey, Kobe, like, why were you in the gym for so long? He's like, because I saw you come in. and I wanted you to know that it doesn't matter how hard you work, that I'm willing to work harder than you. Wow. And he's like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I'm not saying I dislike you as a person. You inspire me to be better. Right. And it was the first time I started to see this level of competitiveness where I said, I need to start doing more. Right. Wow. I have this tattoo on my wrist where actually the first time I tried to commit suicide, I tried to cut my wrist that says believe, because my mother's always talked about either if you don't believe in yourself, then who's going to believe in you? And I think that was one of the benefits of being an athlete that was always overlooked, in my opinion. It forced me to work harder. It forced me to put my head down. Now, there's some disadvantages to that too. You can get lost in the work process and not be present to some of the things that are happening in your life. But I think that mentality and being around people that inspired me, not by their words, but more so by their actions. I hear a lot of people talk every single day. And I was one of these guys, Tom, when I was playing. You know, you're 21 years old, you have no idea who the hell you are. You're trying to learn on the process and you try to do things the right way, but I think for everybody, you get into this preachy thing about look at me and look about what I do. And I started not to listen to what people said, but started to watch how people acted and how they interacted with other people. And that helped me set the bar for where I wanted to be.
You've talked a lot about that notion of like setting the bar and that the board or people that hold you to a higher standard. Is that like a core belief for you? Like that you're only gonna succeed like at whatever level you put the bar?
I don't know if I have a bar anymore. I think I always want to get better. I think I'm a little bit relentless in that capacity, which can be draining for some people.
For people like romantically people? Like, is that what you mean, or?
I think both. You know, this is actually, the relationship that I'm in now is probably one of the most challenging relationships that I've ever been in because she forces me to address issues. I mean, we all have issues, right? To some degree, and there are issues I have relationship-wise too. But when somebody forces you to address and you allow yourself to be vulnerable and you try to communicate the worst parts about who you are, that overall, that sheds you. But for me, it was a process of learning about life in general and about, hey, who I was 15 years ago, maybe I wasn't trying to be the best version of me. It's amazing how many people you talk to don't actually think for a second about trying to become better. You're so busy in the minutia and the clutter that you're running through your life with your head down. And it was the first time I had to sit and evaluate. And that process within itself is rewarding, peaceful to my soul and my spirit, but still drives me because I still know I have such a long way to go and I have to continue the process. It never stops. Right. This is what it's all about, you know? And I used to say it all the time, why me, why me, why me? And all of a sudden that conversation changed to, yeah, like why not me? Like, why not me? And I think the more you can start looking at facing adversity by saying, why not me? You approach things with a completely different mentality than a person who feels like they're going to be a victim. You start becoming the hunter again. And the more you can stay with that hunter mentality, it will pay dividends down the line.
Dude, I love that. That is, thank you for that one. I will remember that.
Oh, thank you, man. Are you kidding me?